All right, I'm gonna show you how I like to mix colors. So here I have a titanium white, burnt sienna, and alizarin crimson hue. Um, I've got my water, my butcher tray, and I like to mix my paints when I think about it with like a brush that's not so nice because I'm pretty rough with my brushes. So you could take a little bit of each and mix them up right on here. The butcher tray is really nice. It's quite smooth. I tend to kind of like mix as I go, so I might paint a bit with this color, and then, you know, if further down on what I'm trying to paint, it's got a bit more of this hue to it, I'll mix over here. And it all kind of jumbles together, as you can see with some of my previous mixing. And that's just the way that I like to do it. Some people are more like, I don't know, organized, I suppose. So instead of mixing your second color right in there, you'd like create a second spot for it. So I've got this one here. If I was working on my, like an actual painting, I might switch to a nicer brush. But I'm just going to show you a swatch on my little piece of paper here. So I've sort of swatched it out. You can see I haven't fully mixed my color on the butcher tray because you can see little bits of white and sienna. So that's like quite a solid color. The other thing that I like to do is mix some water into my paints so that they flow nicely. This will also have the effect of letting your surface kind of show through, which sometimes is nice, sometimes is not. So you'll just have to experiment. So there's a patch. I'm gonna plop my paintbrush in there, and then we can kind of look at those. You can see there's a bit of a difference. So the top one with the more opaque paint, it's just like, I don't know, solid paint. And the bottom one, you can see a bit of the white. This has kind of more of an effect when you are painting with a background color or you're doing layers and you have something going on underneath. But sometimes having that background color show through can be quite nice. So here's a painting that I had kind of a combination of techniques there. So here it's kind of more solid for the most part, whereas my background, I wanted it to be quite loose. So I used a lot of water there and like a big brush as well. So that is how I personally mix my paints.